Okay, another day, another chapter. So let's read chapter 5, okay? The last chapter we ended with Sumingui was going to enter to a place to a woman read the tarot card to him. So let's read. Free thing costs the most. Zhu Minghui silently mumbled and decided that he would not purchase any additional service, whatever they were. He would firmly refuse them all. If you are really that capable, try divining the I transmigrated here. With this in mind, Zhu Minghui followed behind the woman, whose face was painted red and yellow, stopping low to enter the low tent. The tent's interior was extremely dark, illuminated only by several beams of light that managed to see inside. A table covered with paper cards could be made out faintly in the low illumination. The woman with the sharp pointed hat was not affected by this at all. Her long black dress glittered as though it was moving over water while she went around the table. She sat on the opposite side and lighted a candle. The dim yellow light flickered, causing the inside of the tent to appear bright and dark at the same time. It instantly added a much more mysterious feel to the atmosphere. Zhu Minghui sat down quietly, his gaze sweeping over the tarot card on the table, where he discovered familiar cards like the Magician, the Emperor, the Hanged Man, and Temperance, etc. Could Russell have been a senior? I wondered if he was also a fellow countryman of mine. Zhu Minghui mumbled to himself subconsciously. Before he could finish looking at the open cards on the table, the one who claimed to have accurate divination had already reached out her hand to gather all of the cards together. She stuck them into a deck and pushed it in front of him. Shuffle the card first and cut the deck, the circle fortune teller said in a mild voice. Me? Shuffle? Zhu Minghui asked reflexively. The yellow and red paint on the fortune teller's face screamed together as she revealed a slight smile, saying, "Of course, everyone's destiny can only be unraveled by themselves. I only serve as a reader of it." Zhu Minghui immediately questioned her warily. This reading does not require additional fees, right? Okay, warily, I don't know how to pronounce this either. Warily, I say it correctly. As a keyboard folklorist, I already see too many of such freaks. The fortune teller was visibly taken aback before finally saying muffledly, "It's free." Zhu Minghui, relieved, stuffed the revolver farther back into his pocket. What is going to do, bro? He's going to stab this woman? Thereafter, he calmly reached out his two hands to shuffle and cut the deck skillfully. It's done. He placed the already shuffled tarot cards in the middle of the table. The fortune teller clasped the card with both her hands and carefully looked at the cards for a while. Then she suddenly opened her mouth and said, "I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. But what would you like to ask about?" Back when he was wooing his first love, Zhu Minghui had also done a series of tarot cards. He asked hesitantly, past, present, and future. This was a type of divination as part of tarot card interpretation. 3 cards, when opened sequentially, symbolize one past, present, and future. Okay. The fortune teller nodded first, then curled her lips to reveal a smile and say, "Then please shuffle the deck. You can only truly get the card you want if you know what you would like to ask about." Okay. Obviously, this is going to be really important for the future, I think. Well, I think. Because I know I read in the past like the first 10 or 15 chapter. So right now we are in chapter 5, so I reached to chapter 10 or 15. I didn't read that much. But I think this is going to be really important for the future. I'm not sure if this is all a coincidence, or is something that I don't know. I say in previous chapters that maybe they are in a time loop, or maybe assuming we travel from the future in, I don't know, maybe 5 years since this novel start, and return back. I don't know, maybe something are happening because he moved some strings of the future, something like that. I don't know, because this is, I don't know, a fortune teller that is going to tell, I don't know, or maybe it's pure luck, and it doesn't make any sense, because I know, like in the next chapter, they are going to do something. It's not that they are going to do something with the tarot cards, the name, the magician, the fool, but they are going to use the names. So maybe they are just using the name because Klein, Sumingui just hear the name here and had the idea, or maybe it's because it's something important. I don't really know. But whatever. Were you fooling me just now? Do you have to be this petty? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Petty. Did I only asked a few times if this would be a free service? Sumiguri twitched a little. He took a deep breath and took the tarot deck back to reshuffle and cut it. There won't be any problem this time, right? He placed the already cut deck back onto the table. No problem. The fortune teller reached out her fingers and picked a card from the top of the deck. Then she placed it on the left side of Sumingui. Her voice was going lower and lower as she spoke. This card symbolizes your past. Okay? This card symbolizes your present. The fortune teller placed the second card right in front of Sumingui. Then she picked the third card and put it on the right side of Sumingui. This card symbolizes the future. Alright, which card would you like to see first? The fortune teller raised her head up after completing her replacement of the cards and gazed deeply at Sumingui with her grayish blue eyes. Grayish blue eyes. I'm going to write out this one. I think it's going to be really important. I don't remember if they say anything about, I don't know, she's the color of the air, the statue of the woman, grey blue eyes, and what else? She was with a, it's not a mask, but his face was painted face red and yellow, I think it was. I had to look at the present first, Sumingui said after giving it some thought. The fortune teller nodded slowly and flew over the tarot card that was directly in front of Sumingui. A colorfully dressed character was depicted on this card, wearing ragged headgear with a stick over his shoulder. There was a bindle hanging on the end of the stick, and a puppy was following behind him. It was number 0, the Fool. Okay, first time it appears, the name the Fool. The only thing I know about this novel, I know that the thing that I read the 15th chapter, I think that I don't remember, so because I tried to read this maybe a year and a half, so I don't remember everything. But the Fool is something important, I think, in this novel, because everyone say praise the Fool, the fans of this web novel. So yeah, I need to put here chapter 5. The Fool. The fortune teller lightly read out the name of the card with her grayish blue eyes affixed on Sumingui. I don't know, this is going to be really important for the future, I think. The Fool, the 0 card of tarot, a star. after beginning with all kinds of possibilities. Sumigri was not even considered a material enthusiast of tarot, so he could only make a rough interpretation based on his own impression of tarot. Just as the fortune teller was about to say something, the cloth curtain of the tent was suddenly lifted open. The ray of sunlight that shone in was so blinding that it caused the back-facing Sumingui to instinctively narrow his eyes. Why are you impersonating me again? It's my job to handle the divination for people. A woman's voice grew angrily. Return to your post quickly. You must remember that you are just an animal trainer. Okay, this is the thing. That's why I think it's important from the future, because this woman doesn't know how to do things with the tarot card, so she doesn't know about divination. She's not from the people who do these things. Also, she's an animal trainer. So, okay, so yeah, what I was trying to say is that I think this is going to be really important because she doesn't is not part of the divination people that do the tarot cards. She was there because I don't know, life, I guess. She was an animal. Well, she is an animal trainer, so she doesn't know anything about tarot cards. So yeah, what the hell? Who is this woman? And why with Clay in particular? Why? I don't know. I think this is really important for the future. I don't know. Let me write about this. An animal trainer, Thumbing Eyes, had already. An animal trainer, Thumbing Eyes, had already adapted to the life by now. This was a similar-looking woman who was also wearing a sharp, pointy hat in black dress, with her face painted in red and yellow as well. The only difference was that she was taller and had a slimmer physique. Okay, so it's not that tall and is not that slimmer. Okay, the woman who was sitting in front of him immediately stood up and said disgruntlingly, "Don't mind this. I like doing this, but I have to say, my divination and interpretation can be really accurate sometimes. I'm serious. You know, this is like I'm a woman from the future, and I know things that you don't know, but I know you are going to be the fool. Something like that. I don't know. Suspicious." She spoke and lifted up her dress to go around from the side of the table before quickly trotting away from the tent. "See, would you like me to interpret your card for you?" The rare fortune teller looked at Minghui and asked with a smile. With Minghui's lips twitched and asked her sincerely, "Is it free?" "No," the rare fortune teller answered. "Then forget it." Minghui pulled his hand back and put them into his pocket. He glanced his revolver and money before stopping again to exit the tent. Damn, he actually got an animal trainer to be his fortune teller? Was an animal teller who didn't want to be a fortune teller not a good clown? Was an animal trainer who didn't want to be a fortune teller not a good clown? I don't understand this phrase. I don't understand it. Okay, whatever. Sumigi very quickly put this matter behind him. He spent 7 pence at the lettuce and meat market for a pound of not so great matter. Then he also bought some tender broad beans, cabbage, onions, potatoes, and other items. Together with the bread that he bought earlier, he spent a total of 25 copper pennies. We converted to 2 solid and 1 pence. This is really not enough to go around for spending. Poor Benson. Only had Thumingui spent the 2 notes that he had brought with him, but it was also necessary for him to top it up with the 1 penny he had in his pocket. He just sighed and did not think further about it as he hurried back home. With the staple food, he could now carry out the luck enchantment ritual. After the second floor tenant gradually left, Sumingui was still in no hurry to carry out the ritual. Instead, he translated the blessing stem from the immortal Lord of Heaven and Earth and relayed the phrase into the ancient Faesak language as well as the LOTM language. He was intending to try the ritual again the next day in those local languages if the original incantation did not take effect. After all, he had to take into consideration the difference between the two worlds. In Rome, do as the Romans do. As for translating it into an ancient ritual project that used the dedicated Hermes language, Sumingui had a difficult time completing it due to his lack of vocabulary. After reading everything, he finally took out the 4 loaves of rye bread. Loaves of rye bread. He placed one in the corner where the coral stove was originally, one at the bottom, inner side of the dress mirror, or the top of the cupboard where 2 walls met, and one at the right side of the study table where miscellaneous items were kept. With a deep breath, Sumingui came to the center of the room and spent a few times to calm himself. Then he took a solemn step forward and went in a counter-clockwise direction in the shape of a square. When he took the first step, he chanted in a low whisper, "Blessing stem from the immortal Lord of Heaven and Earth." The second step, he sincerely chanted, "Blessing stem from the Sky Lord of Heaven and Earth." The third step, Sumingui breathed out a whisper, "Blessing stem from the exalted third of Heaven and Earth." Third. As the fourth step, he spat out a full breath and meditated in concentration. Blessing stem from the celestial worthy of Heaven and Earth. When he returned back to the original spot, Sumingui closed his eyes and waited in his place for an outcome. He had some anticipation in him, some unease, some hope, and some fear. Could he make it back? Was there going to be any effect? Could there be some unexpected situation? The noise in front of him was tainted with the green sunlight of hope. Sumingui thoughts were swirling in his head and was finding it difficult to quiet. It was at this time that he suddenly felt the surrounding air seem to stop, becoming thick and mysterious. Immediately after, a low whisper could be heard beside his ears. The sound, at times real, at times sharp, at times imaginary, at times alluring, at times maniacal, and at times crazy. He clearly did not understand the murmuring that went on, but Sumingui still couldn't help himself from wanting to listen to it and distinguish what it was saying. His head was in pain again, so painful that it felt like someone had stuck a steel drill root into it. Sumingui only felt like his head was going to explode. His thoughts were filled with a psychedelic of colors. He knew that something was wrong and tried to open his eye. However, he wasn't able to complete such a simple action. His entire body was getting tighter and tighter, and he felt like he could just break apart at any time. At this time, several mocking thought came up in Sumingui's mind. If you didn't seek death, you wouldn't die. He could no longer bear with it. Just as his mind was going to break, the murmuring of voice faded away, and his surroundings became very quiet. The mood was a narrative one. It was not only the mood. Sumingui felt his own body going through the same sensation as well. He tried once more to open his eye. An extremely easy task this time. A grief appeared over his eyes. Haziness, vague, and endless. What with this situation? Sumingui suddenly looked around him and then lowered his head down to discover that he was floating at the edge of an endless fog. The fog was flowing like water and was dotted with a lot of crimson stars. Some of them were enormous while others were tiny. There was a sense of them being hidden in the deep depths. while others float over the surface of this water like fog. Looking at the seemingly holographic sight, Sumingui reached out his right hand in a half confused, half exploring manner to try to touch the crimson star that was seemingly floating on the surface. He was trying to find a way to leave this place. When his hand touched the surface of that star, a water mark suddenly appeared from within his body and agitated the star into a crimson burst. It looked like a dim light burning of flames. So what happened when he touched the surface of the star? A water mass suddenly appeared from within his body and agitated the stars into a crimson burst. Okay, Sumingui got a fright from it. He retracted his right hand in a panic, but accidentally touched yet another crimson star. As a result, the star buzzed with splendid light as well. In turn, Sumingui felt his mind empty and his spirit dissipated. In the Loen Kingdom capital, Backlund, inside a luxury-looking villa at the Royal District, Andrew Hall sat in front of a dresser. The making of it were antiquated and there was a cracked bronze mirror on the surface. Mirror, mirror, awaken. In the name of the whole family, I command you to awaken. She switched between many different sayings, but there was no reaction from the mirror at all. After more than 10 minutes, she finally chose to give up and put her lips in Gibbons. She said in a soft murmur, "Father was indeed lying to me. He always told me that this mirror was the treasure of the Roman Empire's Dark Emperor, and that it is an extraordinary item." Her voice trailed off. The bronze mirror which rested on the dresser suddenly glowed with a crimson light that shrouded her completely. In the sunny sea, a three-masted sailboat that looked like an obvious relic was navigating through a storm. Algar Wilson stood on the deck, his body undulating with the current at sea, maintaining his balance easily. He wore a robe embroidered with lightning patterns, and in his hand was a quickly shaped glass bottle. Bubbles billowed inside the bottle at times, frost turning to snow at times, and sail casting wine could be seen at times. "We still saw on the ghost shark blood," Algar murmured. "Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Wait a moment. Murmured. Algar murmured. Then at this moment a crimson buzz appeared in the space between the glass bottle and the surface of his palm. In an instant it enveloped the surroundings as well. Okay. In the fog of grey mist, Audrey Hall regained her sight. She started reckoning the situation in a state of horror and confusion when she noticed the blurry image of a man on the opposite side of her doing the same as well. Immediately after, the boat then discovered another mystery person standing not far from them who was shrouded in a grey mist. The mysterious person was no other than Sumingui. He was similarly dumbfounded. "Sir, where is this?" Audrey and Algar were startled at first, falling silent in the process. Then they immediately started speaking in unison. "What are you planning on doing?" Okay, so Sumingui touched a star in a grey mist. He entered in a grey mist after doing the ritual. Then he entered in the grey mist thin place and touched two stars, and these two stars brought two persons. Is important the mirror of that girl, or is not important? I think it's not important. But I want to write about what Sumingui here in his head, because that is really strange. Here, it was at this time that he suddenly felt the surrounding air seemed to stop becoming thick and mysterious. Maybe after a low whisper could be heard beside his ear that sounded at times real, at times sharp, at times imaginary, at times alluring, at times maniacal, and times crazy. Crazy, crazy rainbow star. Twinkle, twinkle, rainbow star. Okay. Chapter 5. I think this is going to be important too because I say whisper in your ear when you just do a divination thing, and I say ritual, and you are like mentioning a lot of gods. Blessing, well, blessing stem from the Sky Lord. I don't know who is the Sky Lord. The Sky Lord is a god. The Sky Lord is a guy, or is just what you need to say to do the ritual. I don't know. But you are calling a lot of wait. How many of these things he did? When he took the first step, he chanted in a low whisper, blessing stem from the immortal Lord of heaven and earth. Second step, a step and another one, the Sky Lord. Third step, this guy. And fourth step, another. Okay, and when what he hear? A low whisper could be heard beside his ear. The sound at times real 1, at times sharp 2, at times imaginary 3, at times alluring 4, no, magical, and times crazy. Okay, I thought it was like every god or the blessing of this, the blessing of that. Maybe they are like gods and they are whispering in his ear, but no, because there are like five things, assuming we only did 4 step. When he returned back to original spot, closed his eye and waited in his place for an outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he heard a low whisper. He did a low whisper here, right? A whisper here. Imaginary, alluring. I don't know. I don't think it's related. But well, that's it for this chapter. I remember this part, so I'm not that confused. But yeah, interesting chapter. And that's it for today. I'm going to try to edit this video and try to upload it today. I don't know what to say about this chapter. The thing that I say that is strange that woman that was divination teller try to tell the tarot card to our protagonist. That's strange. And well, these two people, well, I have question, but this question is from the future because I don't know if someone is going to see this, but if you are going to see it, I'm not going to do a spoiler. I know, I only know things about 10 chapters ahead. I don't know more, but I have a questions from the future chapter, but well, I will leave this here. That was a good chapter. Okay, so yeah, see you in the next chapter. Bye.